Hi, Kevin Coop here, and this is FaceTime with the Content Guy. So last week I used this particular soapbox to talk a little bit about MoviePhone and the demise of that service, which was popular for a while and sort of necessary because it allowed people to pick up their phones, call a specific number, and find out when and where movies were playing in their local market by touching the keys on the keypad. It's a very quaint sort of notion. It goes back to the days before there were cell phones, in fact. And I was actually surprised it took that long for MoviePhone's phone business to kind of find the graveyard. Should have happened a long time ago based on how technology has changed. Right now it seems like though the main memory that people have of MoviePhone is the fact that it was on a really funny episode of Seinfeld when Kramer had a number similar to MoviePhone's and tried to provide the service by reading the newspaper. But the thing is there was another story that came out this week on sort of the same subject that I think indicated how consumer behavior has changed. And this report was from the Interactive Advertising Bureau and a company called InMobi. And this report says that 87% of moviegoers researched a movie on the internet on their smartphones after seeing an ad for that movie in some other place. And that could have been online very easily or on television. 56% of moviegoers turned to mobile for entertainment research, second only to television, where 57% of respondents get their movie information. 2 out of 3 moviegoers use a movie-related app for activities like buying tickets, checking listings, and playing games based on the movies. And 41% of moviegoers have viewed trailers on their smartphones. And I think that's really sort of interesting. Certainly that reflects my experience. I'm a big fan of Fandango. I use that all the time. I'll go on Fandango to find out when and where movies are playing in my local market. I have a bias towards the theaters that will allow me to buy tickets using Fandango, and I have a real bias towards AMC theaters because not only will they allow me to buy tickets using Fandango, but they don't charge me an online service fee, and I get points that I can use for free tickets down the road for every dollar I spend at AMC theaters. And for me, this is just a win-win proposition. And I'm always using my iPad to watch movies, to watch trailers, to catch up on new stuff that I haven't been able to see in the theaters, or to watch old stuff that I might be using for either research or just because I feel like watching an old movie. And my sense of this is I'm not alone. I think the research sort of bears this out. Now, yes, this is the entertainment segment. This is not every kind of retail. But any business that doesn't think that this kind of changed consumer behavior isn't bleeding over to virtually every other segment of business and commerce, I think is making a mistake, and the kind of mistake that can leave them both irrelevant and obsolete. Resistance, as the Borg say, is futile. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this Thursday morning, and as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.